You are listening to Season 2 of The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, the short and often daily podcast in which I chronicle my life and attempt to be a writer by writing daily. Sometimes. Hello, today is Tuesday the 17th of June 2025 and you're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I'm really winging it today because I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to talk about or what I am going to talk about. I'm working today. I'm flying overnight from Heathrow to Singapore. It's the beginning of the big trip I do. I've done it a few times on this podcast already, actually. I do seem to do quite a lot of episodes from Singapore. And as I say, all being well, the next time you hear from me, I will be in Singapore. This is the trip where I'm away for a total of 9 days. This counts as the first day because it's the day I leave. And then the last day will be from the ninth day is the day we get home, and I won't be recording a podcast before we get home, so then the ninth day will effectively be from home. But basically you've got a week of stuff from Singapore and Sydney, so yeah, 7 episodes from those places. And I've got a few plans whilst I'm in Singapore, so I do love taking photographs. I've got a really nice digital SLR camera with not a massive, but quite a nice zoom lens. And I really like visiting the, where have I been? I like visiting the botanical gardens in Singapore and taking photographs. I've got a couple of amazing pictures of birds. There's a few of some insects, and that sounds really dull, but I've got a couple of really gorgeous pictures of dragonflies and stuff. So I intend to do that. Now I've been to the gardens, teeth in. I've been to the botanical gardens a couple of times with the camera. And what's always funny about that is it'll have been in an air-conditioned hotel room with me. So for the first half hour, the lens is all messed up. So I have to get the camera out as soon as I leave the hotel and then, let them unsteam. What I did last time was I walked the length of the gardens and had some breakfast, and by the time I'd had breakfast the lens had unsteamed. So that's a possibility. But the other thing I've never really done is taken some pictures from the gardens by the bay. I haven't been there for a while, and I haven't taken any pictures with this cracking camera that I've got, so that's something I might have to do as well. And the other thing I really want to see, and so I'm doing all right, aren't I? 2 minutes in already. The other thing I really want to do in Singapore is every time I go, I want to get pictures of otters. And I never seem to see any otters. So it would be wonderful if I can see some otters. There's 3 areas that I frequent that they are regularly around. So they are in the gardens by the bay, particularly around the edge. They are often in the botanical gardens, particularly in one of the lakes. And then there's a bit of I think it's called the Singapore River, but there's an area of river where there's a particular bridge where they apparently hang around, and I've seen documentary evidence of this in an actual documentary about Singapore otters. But every time I go there, they're not there. But what was really galling was I went down there one morning whilst I was on a trip last year before. And as usual, walked around, didn't see any otters, walked back to the hotel. One of our flight crew later that day cycled down exactly the same bit of track and got some gorgeous photographs and video of otters, and they'd dragged a fish out of the water and were eating it and stuff. So hopefully it's only a matter of time that I will eventually run into some otters. So that's what I hope to do. I don't always do a lot when I'm in Sydney because we don't get much time there. But my plan is hopefully to go to the the Sydney Botanical Gardens and get some pictures. They won't be as impressive as the ones in Singapore. So that's some of the stuff I'm planning to do whilst I'm away. And of course, I'm going to do some writing. So as things stand, I am no further ahead than I was yesterday. I haven't attempted to do writing today. I actually moved into... So I've been planning to swap bedrooms. So the larger room will eventually become a spare room stroke study, and the smaller room will become my bedroom. So it's the opposite to how it is at the moment. And I've been preparing for that move. So, for example, I fitted some blackout blinds into my spare bedroom, which will eventually be my bedroom. And I suddenly thought, well, I've been struggling to sleep because, of course, it's been getting light at 4 a.m. Why don't I sleep in the spare bedroom tonight. There is a bed in there. There was a lot of stuff on the bed, like Lego and just stuff that I needed to find a home for. But I managed to move everything around and I've dressed the bed. And so tonight I'm actually going to sleep in what will eventually be my bedroom. It's not the right bed. I'm going to get a much nicer bed than the one I've got in there at the moment. But yeah, the room I'm sleeping in tonight is the one eventually that will be my bedroom. And yeah, with the blackout blind, so hopefully I won't wake up too early tomorrow morning. So that's nice. I'm trying to think what else. So yes, I haven't written any. So I've read through chapter 30. I haven't edited any. That was yesterday. I haven't edited any more. My kind of plan is, if I can sleep before the flight, which is basically what I'm going to do any minute. It's kind of I haven't got to leave till about 5 o'clock or 4:30, so I'm going to have a little doze before that. And then my plan basically is to read the chapter a bit if I get time during the flight, because it's a night flight. There are large chunks of the flight where, you know, I'm not doing an awful lot. The passengers are asleep. There's some routine basic checks I have to do, but they don't fill an awful lot of my time. So if I get a chance, I'll go through chapter 30 again during the flight. And I think it is nearly there. So then if it is right, if I am happy with it, then when I get to the hotel, I will print it and I will try to do a live stream and sign that off, which will be the evening for me, Singapore time, but it'll be sort of lunchtime UK time, maybe. Yeah, around then, maybe. We'll see if I'm awake enough, and if I'm not, then I shall just do it the next day. But anyway, today is Tuesday. I will arrive on Wednesday, so hopefully I will do a live stream on Wednesday to get that done. If not, it'll be Thursday. But either way, hopefully within the next couple of days, I will sign off chapter 30, which makes me hit my target for the month, just over halfway through the month, which means, again, I will get a couple of extra chapters done. I don't want to do anything after I get home on the 25th, between 25th and the end of the month, until I've managed to submit the English Hikikomori to another 3 agents and prepared my submission package for Still Life. Anyway, that's my plan for the next couple of days. I've only gone over by a minute. That's not too bad. Thank you for listening. Take care. Hopefully talk to you from Singapore tomorrow. Bye-bye.
You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. For more information about what I'm writing, go to linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W, where you can find details of my website and social media. I may see you there.